for today's video, I'm going to be taking you through the route that I used to skate pretty much every weekend when I was in school. I would start here, and it used to be just a standard curb, so I would do tricks off it, like kickflip off it, back 180 off it, practice all my tricks down it, and I would also do grinds on this wax part. But about a year or two ago, they repaved all this and took away the curb, so now it's kind of like a hip. It's alright, but it's not really worth filming on because you can't get a good angle of the bank. I mean, it's not steep anyways, but it is fun to goof around on. So now that's all that's here, and these little lines you can practice manuals, but I think I'm just going to go straight on and skip to the next spot because there's nothing really worth filming here.
We are a cent-aware school. We are a nut-aware school.
Before I leave, there's a couple other good things at this school, like this curved wooden thing. I mean, it's nothing special, but I used to do board slides kind of around the curve, frontside board slides, and there's also this wooden ledge, which I like to do frontside nose slides on, of course, because what other trick would I do on a wooden obstacle? I won't do any now because all this wet, but I have actually like popped out from here onto this crack and slid all the way to the other crack, I think. Or maybe that's a 50-50. That was I probably 50-50 that far. I doubt that I frontside nose slid that far, but maybe. I'll try to find the clip if I can. And the one other good thing that's here are these flat bars way in the distance. I'll set them up like on the concrete and skate those. I'm sure you guys have seen that. So next I got this little dirt bank. There's a clip of me kickflipping into this, but it's super old and not impressive, but I'll probably throw that in too. And then right around here, there's these wooden benches we used to mess around on. But that's not really the highlight of this spot. To me, what's cool about this spot is these benches down here. I filmed some stuff on those, like just ollie up, roll across. I think in one of the old videos it was like frontside nose stall, shove it out, but you know, these are actually really fun to mess around on. Also filmed an old snow skating clip where I think I rolled off this bench on a wooden snow skate into this weird like bank. The one crazy thing around here though is this flat gap. It's actually like it's covered in snow now, but it's pretty massive. Like I can't ollie it, but there's video online of some probably like 10-year-old kid like all in straight across it, like full speed. He did it a line too. He did like a nollie heel flip down there, or maybe it was a nollie flip. But and then something else you guys might recognize is this. It's kind of dark. Whoa, I'm slipping on the ice. But this little two-stair, I've filmed some stuff here. This was the first backside double flip I ever did down anything. Also snow skated here, and I think in that slams video I put out a few weeks ago, there's a couple slams here, I think. So
I'm still the same, watching seasons change, we what we became. I'm still the same, watching seasons change, we what we became.
next spot is this church. This is the first spot so far that I've been to that I actually skate sometimes. Still, flat ground, fine. Curbs grind alright, but I mostly just do tricks off the curbs just to practice on my way to the next spot, which is a two-stair, which you've almost definitely seen. It's in a ton of old videos. But yeah, I'll just do some flat ground warm-ups and probably try some tricks off the curb real quick.
How can I see the world when I'm always scared?
Oh, clean.
What makes me so tired also keeps me far
That's so
from
neat.
falling asleep.
There we go.
Here's the next spot on the path. I skip over this spot like probably 90% of the time though. It's not really worth it. It's pretty much just this curve, and then if you go a little further, there's these big, like seriously, probably shoulder high drops, which I have tried to skate, but I don't think I've ever done like a legit trick on it. Maybe I'll try now. You know what? I'll just go for it. But yeah, this is what it all leads up to, is this pretty solid two-stair. Like, it's almost perfect. I will say there's a lot of rocks on the ground, but the biggest problem is how skinny this run-up is. It's not that bad. Like, you can still, you know, do your backside flips and your whatever. Any spinning trick works fine. But things like, for me, tray flips and big spins, I just don't have enough room. I don't feel like I've done them, but I always feel like my arm is either hitting this or I like land and then my arm goes out and grabs the wall without me really trying to. So that's the main problem, but tons of classic tricks here. Like, I've done pretty much every trick on this stair set, so you know, I'll just get a couple basics for you guys. Just the tricks I've already done, but then off to the next spot after that. This is usually the final spot on my little tour. There's basically there's this three-stair here. I'm sure you've seen. There's the bench there. Typically I'll set the bench up there and grind down it. One thing you might not know is that side actually is angled, so when I did that frontside 50-50 in my part, it was like really like this, like it wasn't flat like that, it was like that and down, which is why I grabbed onto it in the footage. That was the weirdest catch I think I've ever done. There is one or two other little things here, like there's a second 3-stair which has a bit of a crack in front of it. I don't really skate this one because there's a crack in front of it, like it's just a little bit harder to skate and you can't really get a good angle of it. And then there's this thing, which if you've seen the Chemical Valley video you might recognize. It was the spot where I almost pretty much hit my head. I think Jerome was filming from around here somewhere. And I tried to roll up and ollie across this gap, which is actually a pretty solid sized gap. I would say length of a 5 or 6 stair, height of probably a 4 stair. And the part that makes it so hard though is this, like it's really skinny and I was riding a pretty loose truck, so that's why I almost hit my head. I clipped on this part here and just went flying. I'm surprised I even tried it, to be honest.
Water balloon fights are like the summer version of snowball fights.
That's pretty big brained. Shit.
There we go.
On the other side of the building there's this other 3-stair which I've skated a lot. The advantage of this one is that the ground is a lot smoother, but the disadvantage is that it's a lot taller and scarier, and there's this crack right at the bottom, so you gotta go extra far. I mean, it's not that much harder, but it definitely makes a difference. The other one is short and long. This one's like tall and not that long. I don't know. It's normally I'd rather skate the other one, even though the ground is way worse. I've also tried to hit that rail a million times and I don't know what I was thinking. There's also this tiny little handrail which I tried to skate in one really old video. I got like a quick nose tap on it while holding onto the rail. Really dumb. And that trash can I'll sometimes set on its side and do tricks over it. Well, here's a great way to end the video. Off camera, I was trying back 180s off this picnic table, just messing around, and snapped my tail. So, with that, I think we all know what's coming next. Time to snap a board. Final nail in the coffin, or whatever.